So we now know multiple acquaintances, as we said earlier tonight, of these terrorists approached authorities and raised alarms, but they were still free to roam the streets of London and ultimately murder 7 in the most recent attack. Joining me now, Mia Bloom is professor at Georgia State University and the author of Dying to Kill, The Allure of Suicide Terror. Mia, the more that we have learned about these individuals today, what does that tell you?
It frankly is just mind-boggling that Mr. Boot had a newborn baby at home. The idea that people are willing to make this demonstration of what they see as sacrifice for a misguided interpretation of religion. And, you know, it reminds me a little bit of San Bernardino, leaving the baby behind in order to go to the recreation center and kill people. I just don't understand it. But also I think there's an important lesson to be learned that many of these people were on the radar screen. And so if that is the case, then it's very important that governments, all governments, but in particular in the UK, they need to have the resources to keep track of these individuals that their neighbors or their family or their friends have provided information. We know that in 70% of the cases, there's some leakage, that people have this unbelievable bystander effect with terrorism, that they don't come forward. But when they do come forward, we absolutely have to pay attention.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we know how difficult it is for any community to turn someone in, a neighbor in, someone, you know, who they have interaction with. And you have this situation where imams are speaking out and saying, you know, I recognize the radicalism in this young man's voice. You guys need to keep an eye on him. He's going to do something. How, and I just keep going back to this one sort of line of thinking, how it can't be that there are so many of these individuals that they're watching that also check those boxes where several people have raised red flags on them. Can it, Mia?
Well, there are a lot of people. So, for example, in the Soufan group by former FBI agent Ali Soufan, they've done studies of foreign fighters. There are 400 British returnees from Syria and Iraq. In other words, they went, they fought either for ISIS or Jabhat al-Nusra, and they came back. In addition to that, there might be as many as 4,000 radicals and 20,000 people who are vulnerable. So the more we see the numbers increase, the more difficult it is and a strain on the security services to watch everyone 24/7. But I agree with you, Martha. If the imam is making the phone call, for example, the imam in Toronto that called the same week as the Tsarnaev attack in Boston and prevented a horrible train explosion at Penn Station from Toronto to New York. Or if we'd listened to the imam in Cambridge and Tsarnaevs had been picked up early. So we really do need to listen to the community leaders that are giving this information.
Because we have asked them to do exactly that, and it is not easy for them to do what they're doing. And they do deserve the attention of authorities here and abroad. Mia, thank you very much. Good to have you back on the program.